Yes, we're back with a whole host of reveals. My name's Lewis, and I'll be your host for the show, bringing you all the latest releases from the Warhammer universe. All you need to do is sit back, relax, and get excited. Easy. So, without further ado, let's kick things off with our first reveal.
Fuck. Dig it. So new sisters. Hello, zombie. Gotta cook the pig, everyone. Fuck. Muted for me, right? So I don't get fucking copyright strike. Okay.
From the Warhammer studios to talk all things Adeptus Sororitas. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us. Always
Yeah, no
good to be
worries.
here.
Pleasure to have you.
You're
So let's
up.
jump straight in then. Chat
Yes,
a little
David,
bit about
what?
the Codex and what players can expect to experience from the Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, they're the elite forces of the ecclesiarchy, so the kind of imperial faith. A whole warrior sisterhood.
Pick on my dogs.
with
Okay,
power
they're already
armor,
leaving
and
already.
This is, yeah, a really
Be right
great
back.
codex.
I don't know where
Very
Eggbart is, by the way. He's probably still
Nice.
sleeping.
And they've got some new detachments as well. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so now, of course, with the indexes, you get one detachment. In the codex, you've now got a choice of 4 different detachments to play through.
Okay.
One of the detachments stays very similar to the index, so if that's how you loved playing your Sisters Army, you can continue to enjoy it. But we've now given you 3 new ways to play that will focus on different types of units, depending on your flavour.
Oh, okay, very nice. We've also got a new miniature too,
Okay,
the
I need to get
Canoness
my
with Jump
phone
Pack,
up
alongside that
too.
Battle Force.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so canonesses are the kind of fighting leaders of the Sisters of Battle. And
You
now
missed
we
a
have them with jump pack.
canoness with jump
So
pack,
she
and I'm
can,
announcing the
lead
Sisters of
Seraphim and
Battle
Zephyrim into battle.
codex, which I
She's
don't
actually
care
kind of
about.
ties in nicely, doesn't she, with one of the detachments?
Yeah, so I mean, there's an Army of Faith detachment, and what that lets you do is you can do more acts of faith, and also the theme behind it is that angelic host. So the jump back units, their strats mean that they have like auras which buff
Hello,
Sisters of the
Alpha
Alliance,
Red.
that
How are you?
they see an angelic figure and it inspires them in battle to do greater feats.
Yeah, so that whole battle force is themed around that new canoness and that new detachment all kind of working together on the battlefield.
And it's a really cool kit as well. There's some like awesome options there. Can you chat us through a couple of like the different options, different variant
Yeah, so she's got a
builds as
couple of different weapon options,
Yeah.
hasn't she? She's got the like two-handed halberd,
Yes,
which I
yeah.
think is the kind of, if you want to kill loads of individual things. And then she's got the power sword that you see on the front of the box.
Yes.
That's like the generic weapon, isn't it? You can
Yeah,
you can
that's
do
like your
either.
mid-range. You can target most.
The
types of
mostly
units, and then
grey
also
tide
she
at
can
the
have a
moment.
pistol at the same time with the power.
Okay.
So if she wants to add a bit of shooting to a Seraphim unit, they're more of a shooting unit. She can join them. Whereas probably if she's going for the two-handed weapon options, she's probably going straight for combat in those builds.
Okay, nice. So chat to us a bit about the Battle Force as well, because no canoness is complete without the Battle Force. So talk to us a bit about those.
So as Josh was saying, it's kind of themed around that angelic host idea.
Yes.
So a load of Seraphim, Zephyrim, and then it's got the Exorcist as well, hasn't it? Just so it's got some kind of long-range punch.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
you
a
can
good.
use some
That's
options
actually a
other
good
than just
box.
charging headlong at the opponent. You've got some range as well. But I mean,
Hello,
the
Paul,
great
how
thing
are
for
you?
us is because the Canoness now adds a brand new option. Those
Hey, new
angelic
episode of
units
Kaiju number 8
only
today.
had
Hell yeah.
Saint Celestine before that
Gotta
could
watch
lead
that
them,
after
and she was an epic hero, so you can only
reveals.
take one. Whereas now you can take multiple, if you want to, multiple Canonesses with jump packs, leading your host of angelic figures.
Yeah, you can really lean into that particular detachment, can't you? And as Josh was saying earlier, there's a couple of other detachments. There's the Penitent Host, isn't there, which is the kind of archo-flagellants.
Yeah, if you want to
Artifactors.
punish yourself and you're like, oh, that's okay, I'm going to go down the penitent route, or you want to go down all the little walkers they have. There's also a detachment, if you, from the lore and background, the Sisters of Battle rely heavily on bolters, melter, and flamer weaponry. There's a detachment that's built all around bringing those weapons to bear. And then also, as I said, there's if you like the playing as you currently do, that's still fully supported as well.
Yeah, and they still have Acts of Faith, don't they? That's still their army rule,
Yes.
Which is kind of tweaked and updated from the index, but still very similar. So there's lots of things there that kind of existing Sisters of Battle players will find familiar, but also some great new things that the new Canoness kind of opens up, some new ways of playing, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. One thing I really want to know is some of your top highlights from the Battle Force or the Codex as well, or both.
I mean, for me, it has to be the new Canon S. I mean,
Yeah,
just that
yeah,
there's
yeah.
such a cool model. The weapon
And turn out to be
options, I
right.
think
Will it
there's
be?
lots of choice
What
between
will
all,
be the
but
reward for the leaks?
helmet is gonna be the
A free
winner for me. It
powder
just looks so
roof.
cool, so.
One free
I think,
powder
for me,
redeem. That
there's
will
a
be your
splendid
reward.
codex, which kind of shows, I guess, the kind of organization of the Adeptus Sororitas. And I think it's really interesting when you get to see kind of how your miniatures on the battlefield kind of fit into kind of the wider structure of like a military force.
Yeah.
And the guy's done a really good job of kind of presenting that and kind of showing how it all kind of fits together into the kind of the structure overall of the Sisters of Battle. So I think that's a really neat feature of the book.
Nothing
Well,
now.
Stu, Josh, thank you ever so much for coming in to chat to us about all things Sisters of Battle. Don't go anywhere, Warhammer fans. We'll be right back with some more news from the 41st millennium.
I gotta mute it. Oh yeah, new Gene Stealer HQ. We all didn't see that coming. No, that's not how that works, Dave. That's not how that works, Jamie. It's not how that works. Ugh. Mega Mind.
When you thought one codex was enough, the Gene Stealer cults emerged from
My new
out of the
sanguinary
shadows
guard,
to reveal
please.
one and a
I don't think that's
Battle
gotta be
Force
today,
box
Jimbo,
too.
unfortunately.
We're back with Stu and Josh from the Warhammer studio to talk all things
Blast.
Gene Stealer cults. Guys, welcome back.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Let's jump
They took the
straight back
Necromunda
in
dude and
and
slapped
chat
an
about the
extra
Gene
arm
Stealer
on
cults
him.
codex. What can players
Oh
experience
shit, you're
with
right.
this one?
So it's a super fun codex. I think it's got some of the most interesting kind of rules mechanics and things in it, I think, with the kind of cult ambush and the way that works is super interesting.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most unique army rules
Yeah.
in the game at the moment. So units popping up, you think you finally dealt with them as an opponent, then they come back again. It makes for a new challenge, definitely.
Yeah, we really wanted to kind of capture that feeling of like a guerrilla war. You know, so your opponents kind of stumble
There's
into
getting okay
this,
combat patrol after the
plot that
value box
Gene Stealer
removed.
cultists have been working on for
Hello, Hades. Good
eons,
morning.
that suddenly comes to fruition. So really trying to capture that both in terms of the kind of background of the book, all the artwork and stuff, but also really importantly with your toy soldiers on the tabletop. Trying to give it that kind of guerrilla warfare feel.
Yeah, nice. And with the codex, there's a couple of new detachments as well. Can you talk us through some of those?
Yeah, so over to you, Josh.
Yeah, so there's 5 detachments in the new book. So again, if you love how your current index plays, there is one of the detachments still fits that theme and will let you continue to enjoy how you play. But what we've also tried to give you is a wide variety of units that you can now use in different ways. So be that you really like the bikes and you want to play like an outrider force and you're sort of circling around your opponent, you want to focus on combat heavy and hitting really hard.
Jeez, the cult's higher rate attachment, jeez.
You want to swarm over your opponent with hybrids.
I don't know about
again,
that.
Drag them down in combat. There's that. There's lots of different ways to play in the new book.
Nice.
I think one of my favourites is the Brood Brothers.
Yeah.
So where you're kind of Gene Stealer cult have kind of infiltrated the local kind of PDF forces or an Imperial Guard regiment, so players can still field that as well. I think there's some really interesting stuff in the book around that. We've got a little hobby section near the end showing you how you can kind of convert up your models to kind of show that they've kind of gradually taken over the Imperial Guard from the inside, which is super fun.
And a ton of options as well.
Yeah, and that's from the rules
I
point.
don't
That's a really cool way
really.
of
Come
thinking
on,
about
let's
it.
get to the stuff we're waiting for, which is
a much smaller part of
Horus
your
Heresy
force,
reveals,
whereas
so we can see
with
if
this code,
they can
what
be
it's allowed
used
us to do
in
is
40k.
up to half of your army can be in astromilitarum units.
Giving enemy
So that
vehicles
really lets
hazardous
you
checks would be funny. It
customize
would be
forces.
funny.
If you wanted to design an Imperial Guard force,
I mean, technically, you do that in 30k with Dark Angels, so you can play you can play Dreadwing
to full effect.
Yeah, super fun.
unless it's like
So we've
unless
also
it
got a
specifically
brand new
says the
miniature
vehicle's
to accompany
tracked,
the battle force.
like
Can you
it's a
tell us
tracked
bit
vehicle,
about
then
the
it
Benefactors?
has to take
the
a
Benefactors, so
hazardous
Gene Stealers are
test.
quite an interesting kind of thing.
difficult
So
terrain
they can
test, one of the
infiltrate
two.
other species
Difficult
of the
terrain
life
test and then hazardous
And
test.
So some of them, the Gene Stealers look
Hazardous
very
terrain
human
test.
and kind of like wander through
That's what I
society, no
remember
one
what it
really
was,
notices.
if I remember correctly.
And as the cycle goes on, sometimes they kind of get these mutants and these other kind of things that appear. The Benefactors, I think, would definitely struggle to kind of stay concealed in
Yeah, I
Imperial
think so.
society with his giant brain.
Yeah.
So he's a really, really
Alpha
fun new
Legion
character.
Sniper is
He's
neat.
essentially like an
Yeah, if only it didn't have
kind of,
3D print lines all over, then I'd
mental
want it.
brain blasting kind of creature, isn't he? Is what he does.
Yeah, so I mean, he now has one of the strongest guns in the arsenal because he just mind blasts them, and so it's very good. It gives you a new option as a Gene Stealer
Not
player, so he
$56 even
big,
neat.
either big monsters or big vehicles.
Yes.
And then what he also does, so he has sort of a dual role, he also gives the unity joins lethal hits, which again is a great way of now a unit can try and tackle maybe one of those big tough units that it couldn't do before. So really that's how he synergizes into the army. He goes, okay, how can I crack big tough targets? The Benefactors is now opening up a brand
Missed
new
Assisted
option.
Battle onwards. All you missed was just big brain Gene Stealer cultist. That's
and
it.
It's one of those things where like the Gene Stealer stuff's quite mysterious, and these kind of mutants appear in the kind of Gene Stealer life cycle kind of when they're needed.
Yes.
And so no one's quite sure like how does that work? How do they know that now's the time to kind of deploy that particular type
Hello,
of character?
Nick. How are you?
So yeah, really fun new bit of background, fabulously miniature.
No,
great
they
new tools
showed the
as well.
big brain Gene Stealer. That was a new model.
As well, so tell us
Yeah, so he's in
That was a new
which is
model,
great.
Tony.
And that battle force is actually themed off one of the
Quality matches the price
so
attached to it.
again,
Yeah, I
we've got a lot
know.
of attachments is around
How dare I
aberrants
demand the
and
quality
pure string Gene Stealers, and if you really
matches
wanna
the
do that,
price?
like hard
And that's the
thing
new combat patrol
this
right
is
there.
Battle Force is built around that. So
New battle
you get
force.
aberrants in there, you get pure string Gene Stealers, and you get some supporting units as well.
Okay, lovely. And finally, before we wrap up, tell us a little bit about some of your highlights, like from the Codex and the Battle Force box as well. I think I have a good idea what one of you might pick.
The big brain has to be the win for me. I mean, I think the miniature's so cool, and I mean, it's so iconic, really, for me. So
Yeah, and I think there's a couple for me. I think obviously the
Thank God,
Benefactors
still
are
got two
super
vehicles,
cool. I
yeah.
think the games development team have done a great job of
Brass and
capturing the
Plague
different ways
Ogrins
of
and
playing
Darktide.
the detachments. I really like the Brood Brothers detachment. I think it's really interesting, and I quite like the idea of a
It
whole
bursts
army
like a
that looks
balloon.
like, a bit like an Imperial Guard.
Yes,
army,
a random
but
las
actually
cannon hits the brain and it just
Yeah, and I
explodes.
think that's really fun, and really pleased that we've been able to get some of the kind of conversion and hobby kind of tips in the book that kind of show people how they can do that with their miniatures.
Well, Stu, Josh, thank you ever so much for coming into the studio.
Okay,
to
gotta
chat to
mute
us
it
A little
again.
bit about the Gene Stealer course. We can't wait for them to arrive really soon. Some awesome announcements there, straight out of the 41st millennium. Now, I've got a feeling our Horus Heresy fans are going to
Okay, let's see this.
straight from Mars.
Come on, new knight. A new tech priest. I see 3D print lines. Tech thralls. Plastic automata. Like we saw. Oh, damn. The turret. That's going to plastic. Holy shit. There's the Thanatar. Oh, damn. They even. Oh, my God. They have it with the things opening. Little parts opening on it. I have to mute it because last time I had it unmuted, like I got copyright struck, like a copyright strike warning. So I don't want that to happen again. So I mute it.
The sole rulers of the Red
Okay,
Planet
that's
are
pretty
coming
damn
to
cool.
Horus Heresy. I'm
Not
joined
plastic
by
Octopus,
Quinn
but still
and
have.
Will
We're
from the
still
studio
waiting. There
to
might
chat
be a
all
knight,
things
hopefully.
Mechanicum. Both, welcome to the show.
Thank you very
Where's
much.
the
How you doing?
knight?
Good?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Lovely. Yeah, very good, thank you. So, the Mechanicum has arrived. Tell us a little bit about this new army for the Horus Heresy and what they bring with them.
So we only get the
So
plastic
Mechanicum
Thanatar,
is
not
an
the
existing army
other
range from
one.
Horus Heresy. You can already get their full army rules in the Liber Mechanicum. They've existed since the first edition of the Heresy. It's a slowly expanding.
There's a new
range
Space
in the
Marine
original
model, there's
set
always
that started
one.
at the very beginning.
Yeah, you're right.
And now we're getting the opportunity to revisit them in a similar way to the Solar Auxilia.
Okay.
They're fieldable as a dedicated army or as an allied detachment.
No
Legion players can
refunds.
also include them in their army list using certain console choices. So it's a great opportunity for players who field any force to get interested in the range.
So there's also some new kits in plastic arriving as well for loyalists and traitors alike. Can you tell us a little bit more about those?
Yeah, so all of these kits have been with us for quite a long time in resin.
Well, they got sent back in
So it
time.
was good to get the opportunity to rework them in plastic and take advantage of.
Where's
of the
the big
opportunities that
punchy Thanatar
process gives
chassis?
us.
I want that.
So talk to me a bit more about that process. What in terms of sort of refreshing that range, like from
Yeah, the
resin to plastic,
Thanatar is a
what's that
really
like?
big model.
Yeah,
They're
well,
like the
both
size of an
processes have,
armager.
Quite different limitations and advantages.
Mm-hmm.
So you have quite a lot of freedom with resin.
Oh
where
God,
you
someone in
don't
the
have to
chat.
worry about
40k is a
the
joke
tool.
compared to Heresy. They're not wrong.
Lots of undercuts and things
Oh,
like that.
God.
So they're not necessarily.
No, they're not in the 40k codex. This is
designed
Horus Heresy
to-
only.
You probably wouldn't have made them that way in the first place.
I think they're all Horus Heresy. I know the Thanatar isn't in 40k, that's for sure, and so on. None of the Automatar are in 40k, and I don't think the tank is in 40k. Sniper is an STL, and to convert it as a firing
A
sniper.
small number of large,
Oh,
complex components, whereas in plastic you have to end up with a larger number of smaller, less complex components. Yeah. But it gives you opportunities to do things as well, like for example in the Thanatar, the plasma, I can't remember what that's called.
Plasma bombard.
Plasma bombard was always intended to sort of open like a flower when it fires.
Okay.
But we couldn't give you 2 parts in resin because it adds too much to the cost of the kit. Whereas on
No,
plastic,
it doesn't add too
if you
much to
have
the cost of
frame
the
space,
kit.
You get the opportunity
You
to
fucking
add in
liars.
those optional parts, so you can get a bit more variety when you build your collection.
Nice. Well, you guys have done an absolutely fantastic
Yes, I'm
job.
starting Horus Heresy. Me
So
want
talk us through what's
robots.
on the table and this range
I
refresh.
kind of want this
So what you
too.
see on the table is partly what is in the new Battle Force box for the Mechanicum. You have 6 Thalax, you have a Triaros armoured carrier, you have 2 Castellax, you also have 20 Tech Thralls, and
Effort
in
and money
addition
for
to the
our
contents of the
investors.
box, you have
Yeah,
a
you're right
new
about that,
Archmagos
Moogle.
model and a redesign of the Thanatar.
Very nice. Let's highlight these the infantry then. Talk to us a little
How's the
bit more about
Thanatar
those
been
tech
redesigned? I
tools.
want to know that.
Okay, so the opportunity was taken here.
Besides
to,
the opening
bring them a little
parts.
bit more in line with the original background for them, adding a lot more of that kind of shambling undead feel. If you look closely at them, then they have a lot of like disjointed limbs, dragged feet, that kind of stuff. So they've got a lot more character than the old resin versions.
40k rules,
Otherwise,
jeez.
they've tried to keep quite true to.
Can't have
to
shit in the
originals
41st
in
millennium. You're
the
right.
original models in concept, at least. Just again an opportunity to update.
1/4 the resin will
as
trip
we
over the
move
price of the
from
kit.
resin to
Please don't
plastic.
notice our
So we've got
laziness. It
the
really make
Archmagos on
kit
the
more
table.
expensive.
Will, what can you tell us
I
about
know.
this?
So yeah, this guy's a new model altogether. The main goal was to try and differentiate the Mechanicum from the Adeptus Mechanicus that you'll find in 40k. So they do look very familiar, but there's things like they're a little bit like lighter feeling, less of the layered carapace armor, and slightly different look to their equipment. So, for example, this character's got a stave.
This
whereas normally
Mechanicum.
you see a lot of axes, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the main goal.
Well, Quinn, Will, thank you so much for popping in to chat to us about all things Mechanicum. We're super excited for them to arrive in the Horus Heresy. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Don't go anywhere because we've got lots more coming for the Horus Heresy right after this.
A new Libra kit. You stand still, I can throw this at you. Anything good yet? All the Mechanicus stuff was pretty cool, Colt, and welcome back. Long time no see. Is that all Imperialis is getting as a campaign book? Hey, hello, Ekbard. How are you?
Hello, I'm here.
Yes. All the new Mechanicus stuff was good. Blanc, I mute the stream when they show the reveals because I don't want to get a copyright strike warning.
God. Dude, why is the stream so quiet? Oh yeah.
Brand new
I
campaign.
legitimately,
book
I
for
woke up at
Legions
like 9 my time.
Imperialis. Welcome back, Quinn, and
no.
welcome, Dan.
I
to the
went,
show. How
I
you doing?
feel pretty much dead on my
Yeah,
feet.
good. Nice to have you.
I'm
so
gonna,
let's
like,
jump straight in. Tell us a little bit about the
Just like
devastation
take a
of Talon.
nap.
So, what's broadly
Yeah.
been known as the Battle of
And I'll
Talon
set an
refers
alarm.
to a roughly year-long campaign.
So
that takes
let
place
me
in
get
the
you up to
mid-years of
speed.
the
So they
Heresy.
showed
It
off
involves the
a
Iron Warriors
the new
Legion
the
attacking
two
the
codexes we're getting
world
next
of
are
Talon.
Sisters of Battle
Because
and
that's
Gene
such a
Stealer cults.
large-scale campaign,
Sisters of
we
Battle
don't have
get
the
a
scope
brand
to
new
go into that
cannon
in
S
any
with
detail
jump
in a
pack,
single book.
and the Gene
So
Stealer
instead,
cults
the
get
devastation
big
of
brain
Talon focuses
person
on the
8 for their
opening
HQ.
steps of
Then they
the
showed
battle,
off the new
which
plastic
sets the
Mechanicum
stage for
stuff,
the
which
later
has the
campaign.
Triarch
So that
tank, or whatever the heck it's
involves the Iron
called.
Warriors' initial
New
attack on the
Techno
world,
Thralls,
the
new
guerrilla
Tech
war that
Priest,
emerges
new
in the aftermath of the
Archmagos.
survivors
Pretty much
fighting the
all
surface
of
and armored
the
vehicles. And
Automata
finally,
are
the
going to
main focus
plastic.
of the book, which is a conflict known
And
as
that's
the
about
Fall
it.
of the Sapphire City, which
They're
is
not
the
trying to
first
go into
large-scale
plastic?
surface
What?
engagement.
The
in which the
Thanatar?
Iron Warriors
Yep.
deploy en masse to counter on
That's actually really good.
reinforcements.
Yes, I
So
might
as always
actually
with
have
the-
to
with the
pick
new
one up
campaign book brings some new and
because
exciting
it
ways
looks
to
a lot
play
better than the old
Legis
one.
Imperialis. Can you tell us a little bit more about that as well?
So the Devastation of Talon expands on the Warfront campaign system presented in the Great Slaughter.
Well,
And
I'll
this
be
is
damned,
kinda-
this is a
Include
slam
things
dunk.
like the Breakthrough
Yeah.
campaign, in which 2 players each have a stronghold and fight.
Well, it's not a slam dunk yet. Where the hell's the Imperial Knight?
To try and reach their opponent's stronghold. You have environmental
True,
special rules
true.
to reflect the horrifying.
They lied to
environment
me.
of Talon.
Although they said they were going to have more
You
Horus
have a
Heresy
battle
reveals.
system that allows you to
My
upgrade
Atropos
units
base.
that performed well throughout the campaign. And finally,
Right on a scale of 1 to fuck, how hungover are you?
Zero, I'm completely sober.
It's just you woke up a bit too
Can you tell us a little
early.
bit about some of the miniatures that we might see sort of alongside that campaign book as well?
So both the Space Marine Legion
Yeah.
and the Solar Auxilia get reinforcements
Yeah.
alongside the
My I set up a
some more
secondary
stuff.
alarm,
Sikaran Punisher,
but it
Sikaran
I guess it was
Artist,
on
the
vibrate or
Saber Strike
something.
Tank, and the Termite. On the Solar
That's
Auxilia
cool.
side,
What
you
you
have
know?
a whole bunch of new Lehman Russ variants, as well as the Shadow Sword, the Storm Sword, and the Storm
Oh,
Blade.
give me my giant mech
Also
boy.
included
Same,
in the
bro.
book are a number
Same.
of new formations that allow you to
The
field
new
these
Skaven
different
turret
Turret
unit
unit.
uses
variants
40k
into
mech
Imperial
gun.
armies.
Hell yeah!
Now, Dan, so
That sounds
new
fun.
campaign book, which often gives you the
I
opportunity
think that's
to change
perfect.
some of the colour
It is
schemes, and that's something
perfect.
that you've done. So tell
If
us a
there's
bit
no new
about
night,
that.
no refunds on
I think
leaks. Thank you, David, for the $2 super chat.
Campaign book comes around, 'cause
Yeah.
I think actually, you know, you get an opportunity to explore the other legions that we
Thank
have.
you,
So actually
David,
we
you
took the
Giga
opportunity
Chad.
to improve
Yeah.
things, and Iron Warriors are sort of main 2 legion color schemes. Both pose different challenges to one another. So an Imperial.
I am
Force Gamma
excited. I am getting my
is quite
Grombrindal
bright colours, so
today.
putting those
My
shades
white
on
Oh,
the
dwarf.
top.
nice.
You know,
Nice.
recess shade is quite apparent if you break out of that recess.
Yeah, of course.
And then likewise for Iron Warriors, glazing metallics and stuff like that sort of poses other challenges. to
Man,
sort
I
of piece
really
the two
don't care
together.
about
It's
this
sort of
game.
Quite a nice challenge for the
I
guys.
kind of do, because, like,
Have to figure out.
I'm
Well,
interested in
quick,
it,
Dan,
but,
thank you so much
like,
for popping in and
I already
you
have
use
so
your
much
Titans
stuff.
in it.
Yeah, I know. I can finally use my Titans. Okay, now to mute it again.
Yeah, cheers. Now we're cooking. Another set of absolutely awesome releases and some really insightful stuff from the studios on what's to come too. Very exciting. You know what happens now? We dive straight back in with another announcement.
Come on, Imperial Knight. Terrain. Oh, it's the thing. Okay, never mind. It's not a knight. I don't care. Whatever the fuck this is.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
It's Kill
Oh
Team.
shit!
Oh yeah, it's
Drukari
Necromunda.
versus Gene Stealer Cult.
It's Necromunda, I think.
That's right. Necromunda does
Oh,
have a Gene
what the
Stealer
hell?
Cult.
Those are some. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Those are cool.
For those
Yeah,
who
it's
don't know,
Necromunda, but Jesus Christ, those are actually pretty cool.
Yeah,
The
those alien
Tyranids.
motherfuckers, they look like fucking Pumpkinhead from the movie.
Yeah, those are. I
Pumpkinhead.
think those are Gene Stealers, like evolved further.
Yeah. Yep, there's the rock grinder.
Yeah. Necromunda, cool models, but that's about it. Snore.
Yes, Necromunda's new season, Hive Secundus, is on the way. I'm joined by Alex and Rob from the studio. To talk
So
all
they get a
about the
completely new
setting.
box,
Guys, welcome
too.
to the show.
Thank you very much for
Good
having
for
me. Yeah,
them.
no worries.
Enslaver
Absolute
mixed
pleasure
Gene
to have you.
Stealers. I don't know.
Let's start by delving
We'll talk
into
about
Hive
it.
Secundus. So where do we find ourselves in this new setting?
So Hive Secundus used to be the second greatest hive on Necromunda, only just behind Hive Primus. It was almost a renaissance hive on Necromunda.
Nice.
And then the Hermione.
The job, since I've never seen one stolen genes. I know.
The Gene Stealer curse. What he was doing was he was messing around with the genetics of the Gene Stealers, trying to find a way to reverse anything that they did, and basically protect all Imperial worlds from the Tyranids. Predictably, it all went a bit wrong.
As it does, it's 40k. yeah.
Exactly as it does. in
Slave, you
Warhammer
mutate
40,000,
Gene Stealers, I know.
So he ended up being infected himself. I gradually took him over and he unleashed the Gene Stealer curse upon Necromunda.
Okay.
And the cult of the Second Son was born. Over many years, it gradually built up in secret until open rebellion occurred and the Hive turned against the House of Helmore. A decades-long war was fought for Secundus, and the space station above Necromunda, the Isle of Selene, was moved from its position directly above Hive Primus to be above Hive Secundus. at which point it unleashed all of the terrifying weapons upon the hive itself. That created a huge crater kilometers deep and just flattened the earth and created also this whole almost different area called the Secundan Abyss, with the ruins of the cracked and destroyed hive at the heart. This was thought to have destroyed the Cord of Second Sun and wiped the Gene Stealers off Necromunda. However, there was still an exclusion zone set up around it called the Dust Wall, and no one was allowed to go
Fun
in.
fact,
The Patriarch did not die.
the
but
Imperial
he
Fist
was
caused
horrifically
problems
mutated
in
and changed,
Necromunda,
leading
so they could
to,
recruit only the
corrupted and
strongest into the
malformed
Imperial Fists.
Force, which is the mouth strain Gene Stealer. Now, spiders go in there in order to hunt these Gene Stealers.
So we got some Gene Stealers arriving too, as you mentioned, and we saw those in that awesome video there. So chat to us a little bit about
Playable
what makes
Necromunda.
these so different from
I
the
don't
pure
know.
strains that we're a bit more familiar with.
Their genetic code has been tampered with, which has led to mutations which have been exacerbated through the generations as well. They're still terrifying opponents, but they are not at the same level of power, the same level of strength as a pure strain Gene Stealer.
Okay, and in terms of a design point of view as well, Alex, how did you guys go about setting that up, sort of creating that kind of difference that we just heard about there?
For those Malstrain Gene Stealer, one of the main point was like, how could represent like evolution got horribly wrong.
Right.
So one of the aspects, okay, we needed to make them really more twisted, more feral. One of the main elements in the Tyranid, especially the Gene Stealers, when you look at,
Malstrain
there's a
Patriarch,
certain
that would look cool.
symmetry in them.
Yeah.
So one of the first things that we did, obviously, is break all of that. We broke
Just change
everything.
those rules.
And
yeah, of course.
yeah, so the way the models are, all of them are really hunched. Like the limbs and the finger on each side, they don't match. They're really curved. The face, they are all twisted. All of them are slightly different. Some of the plates are like lifted. You can have some boils, some bubbles.
derpy
some
looking
things,
face on that one.
allowing them to really stand them aside from the pure
Face
strength.
only a
Yeah,
mother can love,
this is
or a
how
brood
the
mother,
original
really.
form looks like. This is
Yes.
how that mutated. and
We're new
twisted form
Primaris
looks like.
Lieutenant.
And
I know,
below
right? It's
as well,
strange we
this
haven't
idea
gotten
of,
one
like,
yet.
because they are so twisted and so deformed.
Nani?
The signal that they send by to the hive mind
Nani?
is so distorting and so different that the hive mind is like, nope, we're not going there.
That's great. It's so great as well to hear that, like, it must be really useful for you as a designer as well to have that kind of juxtaposition, like something to go off. Like, here's this thing, this kind of.
There's
standard
more
shape, how
horse
can you work
heresy.
that,
I was
change that to
promised a
create something
knight.
else? So we got some classic kits returning as well. Can you tell us a little bit more about the Horus Spire?
Yes, well, the Overspire
Yeah.
harks back to
We
the
all
early
were,
days of
Andy. We
Necromunda
all
and
were.
the Outland supplement. And
little bug
it's
guy.
bringing them
Kill.
into the modern game of Necromunda. So the main thing now is they are all the signs of the Imperial House, so they are all part of House Helmor. In order to prove yourself worthy of taking on a position of authority and leadership within this great house, you have to prove your own personal prowess by going down into the depths of Hive Secundus in order to slay Gene Stealers and build your kill count and show how powerful and great a combatant you yourself are against
Were
the
you,
toughest
though?
foes on Necromunda.
Yeah.
I was told they were making plastic knights by someone in our chat that had someone on the inside, and then also Valrex said so too.
Go down there. Because the Vansar are desperate to go down
And
there.
Leaks said
because of
so
the riches
too.
And the wealth and the knowledge.
Judah, you
Alright.
lied to me.
They need to draw out the Malstrain Gene Stealers so they can actually attack them and kill them.
Okay.
And so it's sort of the
Here's the bait.
Technicals are there as bait for them, or sort of
That's
here's some
great.
noisy humans
Yeah.
invading your home. Come attack them, so I can then go and attack them back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's also reflected in the
Meiji
campaign
model from
of
the-
there's the Spira and the Technicals. There's slightly different things they're trying
Camera,
to
you
achieve.
liar. Yeah, I know.
But they still need to work together.
Dang
or
you,
both will fail.
Valrak.
That's great. It's a fantastic relationship. So, Alex, chat to us a bit about, from a design point of view, how did you guys go about sort of reimagining?
It's the
that
first of the
classic
promises
kit?
that have been made. There have always been
Main
fake
thing
promises.
about
Yeah, I
the
know.
suit that we have in the law, and that they are
As Cortana said in Halo, don't make a promise you know you can't keep.
off-world by Helmor and like repurposed for to be used for the nobles. And so in terms of their
Come
design, the first thing
on,
that
give me
we
new
looked
stuff.
at is like to make them deliberately strange and not
Yeah.
totally human. So because one of the things that the noble have to do to be able to wear those suits is they have to go through heavy body modification to be able to go in those suits. As you can see on some of the models, some of them have their lower leg amputated, they have like their spine reinforced, bones are stretched, so they can fit into those armor. So once again, showing that it's not totally human or totally imperial if you have to do that, right? And
Come on, show me
one
Knight.
of the
I
other
don't care about
things
Necromunda. Stop
that
talking so much about
did to
Necromunda.
represent that aspect
Big Knight.
is we stepped away from
Let's be honest,
well,
nobody here
Big
cares
Knight.
about Necromunda.
That
More people have
hardness
complimented
or
my
something,
Magmadroth
anything
than people have
robotic
complimented
in favor of
Necromunda right
something
now.
more
Yes.
fluid, more organic, even slightly insectoid.
That's really great that it sort of shares the same themes as the Gene Stealer Cults in terms of looking at those shapes and changing them to
Yeah.
create something sort of other. It's really, really interesting.
Yeah. There's a certain elegance in one,
Yeah.
while there's definitely something twisted and feral on the other one.
Yeah,
So
of
yeah,
course.
the two expression of the same pattern, which is
So
like quite nice
interesting.
and unique.
Definitely, yeah. Well, thank you ever so much,
Yeah,
Man.
both of
finally.
you, for coming in to chat to us about the new season of Necromunda Hive Secundus. It's been really great.
No, thank
It's
you
been
very
a
much
pleasure.
for
Thank you very
having
much
us.
for having
Thank you.
us.
Yeah, no worries at all. Well, that is all we've got time for. What a show and
No.
what a series of announcements. A big thank you to all of the fabulous people from our Warhammer studios for talking to us about all the latest reveals.
Boo.
And a great big thank you to you for being with us. We hope you
Boo.
enjoyed
I say
it just as much
boo.
as we have.
Boo!
Remember
Everyone
to head to the
boo!
Warhammer community
Boo!
website
Boo!
if you'd like
This
to find out more about
company.
any of the upcoming releases. And don't forget to follow us on all our
Boo!
socials to
At
keep
least
up to
give
date
us
with
a
all
date
the
for the
Boo.
kill teams you've
Thanks again, and we'll
promised.
see you next time on the Warhammer Preview Show.
Boo. Boo, I say boo. Boo. Let me pull up the Warhammer community page now. Boo.
Boo!
Boo. Boo, you suck. Here's the...
We're very unenthused ghosts right now.
Yeah, no, here's the... Let's look at some of the stuff. So here we have the Canoness with jump pack. Hey, 3D print lines.
Gotta love it.
I'll say though, the their Battle Force box is actually pretty good. Comes with the Canoness, the accordion tank, and a bunch of other flying sisters.
Yeah, it's the Exorcist tank, and those are Zephyrim with the swords, and the
Yeah.
ladies with the pistols are Seraphim.
Yeah, the Battle Force is good. The Combat Patrol looks like ass.
You get 5. Well, that actually is not a bad one. You get a bunch of Arcoflagellants, which you need a lot of whenever you run them, which is good. Then then we have 5 of the Sisters Castellan, which are very nice. They're not the game, winning ones that they used. I fucking woke up at 3 a.m. for that.
Yeah.
The Castellans, the ladies with the shields, they're pretty good. Not as crazy as they once were. And Sisters Infantry, honestly, you need at least 10. This is a great starter.
Then here's the big brain blast fucking Gene Sealer.
Jimmy Neutron!
Yeah. Battle Force box, 2 trucks and a bunch of stuff. Not bad. Oh wow, their Combat Patrol ain't half bad either. Get a buggy and ATV. I have been awoken. Hello, Alaric.
What's up, Alaric?
Are they... Here we go. Here is the Mechanicus stuff, the stuff that I'm interested in. Oh wait, the Thanatar's not in the box. So that means that's being sold separately.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, you got a bunch of automaton here.
I own that that
Dolls.
land conveyor in resin.
You mean the tank? Tank, right?
Yeah, the land conveyor.
Oh. It's not called the land conveyor. It's called the, what the hell is it called? Where's the name of it? The Triaros armored, yeah, land conveyor. Yeah, I'm surprised that went to plastic.
I'm grateful for it. It warps really easy.
Yeah.
A lot of Mechanicum vehicles, they warp really easy.
Yeah. And here's the big boy, the Thanatar, the coolest reveal. I'm trying to think how they redid it. I think what they did was they made because I remember on the original one, the barrels for the Mauler Bolt Storm Cannon are so ridiculously tiny. And on this one, they made them bigger, which is actually a good thing. And another thing too is the Gravflux Bombard, whatever the heck it's called. Not that. Whatever the hell it's called. Can't remember what it's called, but This thing, its thing opens up. Oh, plasma mortar. The things right here open up. You want to know their excuse for why the resin one didn't open up, Dick Bard?
Yeah, I want to know the excuse.
Their excuse is, oh, it would just be, we would have to include more pieces, which would up the cost of the kit. That was their stupid reasoning.
I mean, that makes sense if it weren't for the fact that if you bought their Myrmidons, you get like 20 little weird cables to add on. Like if you look up what the Myrmidon is, it's basically a heavy weapons dude, but they have all these weird little power cables, so you gotta attach piece by piece. So I call bullshit on that.
Yeah, and then here's the new Archmagos Prime. He has a conversion beamer and a Volkite and a mini.
He also has an Eastern Orthodox pastor hat on.
Yeah, no, and also look, he has a mini Lancer spear.
I like it.
Yeah, he's cool. And then that's so right now we can look at the Legion Imperialis. Nobody cares about Necromunda. Let's look at the Legion Imperialis stuff. Campaign book. Where's the new minis? We have little saber tonks. I have 2 of these that I still need to paint. And we have the Sakarans right here. Cool.
Yep.
Then more tiny Lehman Russes. Wait, they didn't. They're missing photos. Where's the Baneblade chassis? They're missing photos. Huh. The Talaran and Iron Warriors fans on. Yeah, that's it for the reveals.
There's the Baneblade right there, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's it. But there are supposed to be 2 other ones too.
Lame.
Below 40k scale Rhino with Legion Imperialis rhinos.
Yes. It's like it's giving birth.
It's like a bunch of the little Death Corps of Krieg vehicles. That was actually a list someone did, if I remember correctly. You told me.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he ran like a handful of demolition vehicles, and he just used them for action monkeys before he'd blow them up.
Yeah. Didn't mean to show that Baneblade next stream. Yeah, I know. Yes, little babu tanks. Oh, hey, look, there's the Atropos. Why couldn't you be in plastic? It's not fair. It's outrageous. Where's the new knight? I was promised a new knight. This
Me
bullshit.
want night. Give me night.
Yeah. Make a rhino out of smaller rhinos. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Wait, is the Battle Sisters box just the Kennedys? Battle Sisters Squad, Arc of Legends, Sacrosanct? I think so. Voltron, but it's rhinos. Yeah, that was all the reveals. I think the coolest thing was, of course, the Mechanicus stuff going to plastic. Too bad you can't use it in 40k. That would make it so much more interesting.
Yeah.
Cause nah. We can't have that in 40k because we bloated the rules up too much. Like, this is such a cool box. Why can't this stuff be in 40k? Make it, let us use it in 40k, please.
Yeah.
There's no reason it shouldn't be available in 40k.
I got 2 of those fuckers.
What, the Thanatars or these ones right here?
Yeah, the Siege Thanatars.
Yeah, I have 2 also. I don't have I'm wondering why, if they're gonna give us the one that has the big fuck off cannon on the back and it punches really hard. Your sister's buddy is fuming. Is it because it's just one model? Welcome to the club of Custodes players getting pissed off. And another thing too, based off what they said from the Codex, it's not fair. Custodes are still gonna be the Codexes are better than Custodes. It's bullshit. It's not fair. It's outrageous. Abominable intelligence bad. Well, I mean, the thing with Automata is that there's actually a person in there, right there. There's a person in there. I remember David posted a photo of it in the Discord. Stormcast are just Custodes models. No, they're not. It doesn't count. There's a person under this part right here, strapped into the Thanatar being controlled. And all the other little guys right here too. It's horrifying, yes. And they have the servo skull to help control them right here. And a Mogus crewmate. Stormcaster Sanguinary Guard models. I mean, yeah, you're right about that too. Yeah, I'm interested in the Thanatar, but I'm not interested about it. How expensive it's gonna be.
Yeah, that's fair.
I swear to God, if it's as expensive as a knight, I'm gonna be so pissed. It's as tall as an armiger. It should be no more than the price of an armiger. Is all I gotta say. It should not be that expensive. $180. God, no, no. Hell no. Thanatar is small. It should not be as... It's as tall as an armiger. It should not be $180. That's bullshit if it is. No way it's more expensive than Leviathan. It probably will be. If it's 100, that's not bad, but that's still pretty damn expensive for a model, one model. It's not that big. Because what? For $90, I hate saying that. $90 now, you get 2 armigers. When back in 2000,
in my day,
2 years ago, but yeah, back in my day, it was $75.
Or
Yeah,
Nancy and I would
$90 for
roll to the
armigers.
Games Workshop store with a handful of jelly beans and a glint in our eye. We
Yeah.
could walk away with an Imperial Guard army. Because we did call it the Imperial Guard back then.
God, I feel
For
bad for
about
people that want a
$100.
Porphyrion now. I paid $500 for mine.
Bruh.
The Asterius. Wait, what? Why is the Asterius not as expensive as the Porphyrion? That makes no sense.
I don't know. Don't yell at me.
And the point values are reversed too. Still, I want one still. What, a Porphyrion or a or an Asterius?
I think he just wants Ronald Reagan.
Less played, I think. Oh yeah, the Asterius. Yeah, it's less played. Plus, also, it's like what, 60 points more expensive than the Porphyrion in if you want to use it in 40k. Porp, I have the Asterius. Yeah, I have the Asterius too. The Porphyrion, yes, because it makes you poor. But that's all the new reveals, everybody. Ugh. I have a question. Would everyone? Wait, no, I don't. I kind of don't want to stream today. Fallout. You can do that on Tuesday.
Oh, David, you want me? I'll make some more content for you.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It was an interesting but very short reveal stream. Again, honestly, they could have just combined the two, the Thursday and the Saturday one. Honestly, because the flower cannon will make a great Mechagodzilla cannon. Yes.
Yes.
Sub-Zero cannon. If I remember, that's what it's called. But yes, thank you everyone so much for watching. Remember, I am reposting the video tomorrow, so please go watch it. So that way it gets taken in the algorithm and I get more subscribers, which means more people watching, which means more terrible financial decisions. Yes, Kiryu, best Mechagodzilla. I still want an SH Monster Arts reissue of it along with Destroyer. So thank you everyone so much for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, or if you woke up early for this, I am very sorry that you're disappointed. So hope everyone has a good day. What David, what before we end, what?
He's gonna say hi and or Padaru.
No, not Kiryu from like from Yakuza. I'm about Kiryu from Godzilla. But yes, Kiryu from Yakuza is this guy. Bye. Okay, bye
Couldn't
everyone.
even
Have
say
a
it
good
right.
rest of your day. Yeah, I couldn't even say it the right first time, David. I woke up late for this. Yeah, I know. You didn't
Same,
honestly
bro,
need to
same.
wake up. So goodbye everyone. I hope you have a good rest of your day, or I hope you have a better sleep.